Hello friends, welcome to KSP Academy. Today going to lecture on the basic transmission line parameters. Last classes we already discussed the types of conductors. We have completed all types of conductors. Then after the current loss also we have completed. Now we are switched on to that transmission line parameters. So in the transmission line parameters we are having, let us take our transmission line. In the transmission line we have a resistance R, followed by the transmission line it possesses an inductance, it is L. Then after that in the transmission this will having the two lines, line to line or line to phase. With this the transmission line which possesses a resistance. It means our transmission line which is having a resistance, inductance, capacitance which are uniformly distributed through the transmission line. Resistance, inductor, capacitance, these three values which will be uniformly distributed throughout the transmission line. If you calculate the resistance, inductance, capacitance value of a transmission line, we can easily analyze the transmission lines. Thus, transition efficiency or else regulations or else transmission system performances, all these things we can calculate by knowing of these RLC parameters of a given transmission line. So let us we have to see what is the resistance and what is the inductance, what is the capacitance. Just basically how to see. Then after that we will go for capacitance calculation, inductance calculation, resistance calculation. All these three things we have to see. So let us take the basic definition. Then after we are entering to that internal things of what is what. The first thing is resistance. Resistance. So what do you understand the resistance? I think already you know that, very familiar. The resistance is nothing but it is the opposition property of flow of electrons. It is the opposition property of flow of electrons. It is the opposition property of flow of electrons. Flow of charge and flow of electrons. Nothing but resistance. I think you already know that. What is the formula of resistance? Resistance is equal to rho L by A. The conductor which possessing some area which having some length, which having a specific resistance flow, resistance is equal to R equal to rho L by A. That is the general formula of resistance. If we go for further calculations, let us at a T1 temperature, the conductor will possess a resistance of R1. At T2 temperature, what is the resistance of conductor T2? At T1 degree temperature, the resistance is R1. If temperature is T2, it takes about the resistance. It means when the temperature changes, what is the change in value of resistance? So that formula we have R2 is equal to R1 plus R1 into alpha times T2 minus T1. This is 1 plus T2 minus T1. R2 is equal to R1 into 1 plus or alpha into T2 minus T1 into R1. I hope I understand it is there. Or if you want to write down very clearly to understand, I cannot use different way also. R2 is equal to R1 plus R1 into alpha times of T2 minus T1. This is what a change in extra resistance you need to go to add it. If you take a R1 common, R1 into 1 plus, this you can write it very clearly, what I wrote first thing, R1 into 1 plus alpha into T2 minus T1. Where alpha is equal to temperature coefficient of material. Alpha is temperature coefficient of material. This is changing temperature, the resistance, how it should go to be affected. So now we have completed our resistance part. Now we are switched on to the second part, is the inductance. Inductance. Notation is L. So generally, what do you understand by inductance? So the most of people are little confused what actually inductance. So later I will explain very clearly the inductance. You can see that. Let us take a conductor. This conductor, when you are setting the AC power supply, The conductor will provide AC power supply. The current will flow. Definitely, the changing current will create a change in flux. The change in current will change. Current will change a change in flux. The changing flux, which linkages with conductor. The change in flux. Nothing but flux linkages will links with the conductor. The conductor will possess an inductance. Once again, I'll repeat. Whenever alternating current will set into the conductor, inductor, any conductor, alternating current given to the any conductor, because changing current will links the conductor, automatically flux linkages will take place. That flux linkages links to the conductor. Links to the conductor will possess an inductance. Right now, you can say other way also. The inductance is nothing but flux linkages per unit ampere current. Flux linkages per ampere current. Nothing but L is equal to flux linkage by per ampere of current. Nothing but whenever 1 ampere of current, whenever current flowing to the conductor, how much flux linkages will take place? Flux linkages per unit conductor is nothing but inductance. Because how much the flux will links with the conductor when ampere of current will flow to that. It means when current you are providing, how much flux linkages will take place? Flux linkages per unit of current. That is nothing but inductance. So flux linkage formula psi is equal to N phi by I. That is very clear. I hope you understand this. Next, what is units of inductance? Henries you can say. What is the resistance was there? Henries, not Henries, Henries. H-E and R-Y, Henries. Henries you can say capital H. So let us take a conductor, another model you are having. Let us take your coil. The coil having a n number of turns. The coil having a cross sectional area of A. The coil having a length E. The coil having a relative permeability of mu r. The inductance value L is equal to mu n square A by L. The inductance value is equal to mu n square A by L. This is what a conductor of a coil will take place like this. Mu is relative permeability, N is number of turns, A is a cross section area of the conductor, L is the length of the coil. With the mentioned coil types, you can say inductor by this formula. If you say generally the number of turns, flux linkages, current, you will get such a formula. I hope you understand inductance. Inductance formula, this is enough for the calculation of the things will take place. This is very famous. You go for internal calculation. This is important for our regular things, or when you change in temperature. So go for third thing, capacitance. What is the capacitance? Nothing but the capacitance is nothing but let us take any two plates, any two conducting material. In between we are providing some dielectric media. Dielectric media or insulating material to possess a place like this. Definitely it will possess some capacitance. I get it. So the moment I am providing some supply to this one, the DC, I am giving the power supply for this, the charge will store. When per unit voltage are applying. The capacitance is nothing but how much charge will hold between the two plates when some voltage are applying. We can say that capacitance is equal to the capacitance is nothing but the charge per unit voltage. Nothing but C is equal to Q by V. How much charge you are holding between the two plates when one unit of voltage are applying? It means depends on the voltage, how much voltage are applying, how much charge should be accumulated between the capacitance plates. That is nothing but charge per unit. If you want to write units, you can say that coulombs by volt. You can say this is nothing but 1 farad. That is already new, the farads. You can say that. That is alpha beta. I think we already know that parallel plate capacitor formula. Parallel plate capacitor. Parallel plate capacitor means two capacitors like this only. That is I should write very clearly. Two plates of a capacitor. Each plate having a cross section IA. What is the permeability of material is epsilon r. The distance between the two plates is small d. That time the capacitance value C is equal to A epsilon by D. This is called permittivity of material. Epsilon equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r. Where epsilon r is equal to 1, epsilon naught value also is given. Epsilon naught value equal to 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 12 farads per meter. This is what a parallel plate capacitor. In this one important concept you have to remember. The distance is decreases, the capacitance is decreases. That is very important. The distance between the plates is very decreases, but our capacitance value will be incremental. This is the point very important. When cross section area increases, automatically the capacitance value increases because accumulation will take place. Area of the plate is increased, automatically accumulation will take place. That's why capacitance value should go to be incremental. This is the resistance, inductance, capacitance. Basic foundation is required when you are entering into the calculation of a single phase, three phase, inductance, capacitance, resistance calculations. I hope people are very enjoying. I hope you are understanding this. Okay. So if you are interested, you can make a subscribe to this. Links will come to your mail IDs. You can enjoy that. Okay. Thanks for watching and keep continuing.